Anambra State government restates resolve to end exploitation of girl child. Traditional rulers commend Soludo for repositioning agricultural sector. Stakeholders urge President Tinubu to fulfill campaign promises. President Bio seeks re-election in Sierra Leone's general election on Saturday. Before the news in details, there is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. The Anambra State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, has rescued about 12 girls between the ages of 15 and 25 at a guest inn in Amobia, Awka South local government area. The raid was done in collaboration with the Anambra State Police Command following a tip-off from a whistleblower. We have details of that report.
Among the rescued girls are underage, and the commissioner has contacted their family members and subsequently taken them to hospital for medical examination and possible treatment. Speaking in her office in Awka, Mrs. Obinabo restated the state government's commitment to ending all forms of child kidnapping, trafficking, and sex slavery in the state. Mrs. Obinabo, while recounting how she was able to apprehend the suspect assisted by the police, warned hotel owners to desist from using underage girls in running their businesses or face the full weight of the law.
Ejidekwa gị ọkwa ndakpụrụ ọka aka ma dị ọkụ ya biko anyị ga-ayọ ka nna ayọ kịta gọọmenti jikwa ụtarị ọkwa ụtarị mmụọ ka gọọmenti Soludo ji wee bịa kịta anụwa nwere iwu a ga-eji kpe gị ikpe iwu amadịkwa dị na-eche merekwa nke unu si wee chọọ mana unu rapụrụ anyị kịrịkịrị ụmụazị.
The three underage girls, who are all from Ebonyi State, while sharing their experiences, disclosed that they were taken by one Ifeoma and Chika from their houses in Izar and brought to Awka on the promises of securing them a job, but to their greatest surprise was forced to prostitution. They revealed that the women who brought them to the brothel seized their phones and other belongings before handing them over to another woman, who notified them that they will only be released if they bring the sum of 150,000 naira or serve her for a period of 1 year. According to them, they were able to use a whistleblower's phone to get across to their families, and the whistleblower in turn notified the Women Affairs Ministry, which, with the help of the police, busted the brothel. On how much they make daily on the brothel, the girls said they were mandated to bring between 10,000 and 15,000 naira every night and 40,000 naira every Sunday, whereas any man they slept with usually paid them the sum of 1,000 naira and above, which causes a lot of issues between them and their madam. On her part, one of the parents of the girls, Mrs. Uchechi Friday, said upon her daughter's disappearance, she lodged a complaint at the police station in Abakaliki, but was shocked when she got a call from her daughter, which made her to seek help from the Women and Social Welfare Commissioner of Anambra State. Mrs. Friday thanked the commissioner for her prompt response and urged other parents to always be at alert and conscious of their children's welfare and whereabouts. The case has since been transferred to State Criminal Investigation Department in Awka for comprehensive investigation and will be consequently charged to court.
Anambra State Joint Enforcement Task Force has demolished 17 lock-up shops and shanties at Army Gate Junction, Odume, Obosi, in Idemili North Council area. Our correspondent, Ejike Abana, is our guide.
The task force, comprising officials of the Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board and others, removed the illegal structure built under the high-tension cables and on access road and exit road of a petroleum station in the area. The illegal structures, according to the team, constitute a serious risk to lives of people and obstruction to traffic. Recall that the task force had earlier warned the developer against building on the space, but he remained adamant, hence the subsequent marking and demolition. Speaking to the ABS, the chairman of Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board, Barrister Chike Maduekwe, stated that the overall objective of the enforcement operation is to remove all the illegal structures scattered all over the state. Barrister Maduekwe said that Governor Soludo has left nobody in doubt about his commitment in transforming Anambra into a livable, green, prosperous megacity, emphasizing that this cannot be achieved if the state is developing in a disorganized manner and violation of building laws.
We can't continue to allow the nonsense that has happened over the years, and it's so overwhelming. So we appeal to Anambra citizens to support the good work Mr. Governor wants to do in Anambra.
Earlier, one of the shop occupants, Henry Michael, claimed that the demolition was unannounced, as the landlord has assured them that everything is under control.
The enforcement for the demolition came unannounced. Before this time, about a week ago, they brought an order from the High Court. The judgment has been given that the place should be demolished. So we reported our landlord, who happens to be the person that is all the matter. So he told us he has gone to the Court of Appeal to appeal against the judgment, so the chief state execution. So that's where we were. So the landlord copied the document from the appeal court. Also,
a partial demolition was carried out at Amako Obuki Drive, Federal Housing Estate, Trans-Nkisi 33, where a land that was allocated to an individual by the government but was illegally acquired by another developer who has started erecting a structure on the land. A full demolition was not carried out because an elderly sick man who is squatting there was given the grace of relocating to enable the task force carry out its duty on a later date. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Deputy Chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council and Traditional Ruler of Okpuno, Igwe Sunday Okafor, and other traditional rulers in the state have underscored the importance of agriculture in improving the living standards of the people. They spoke during the launch of the 2023 farming season by Governor Chukwuma Soludo at the Dr. Alex Ekweme Square in Awka. We have details of the report.
Igwe Okafor, who expressed satisfaction with Governor Soludo and the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejiofor, for the exercise, urged farmers to embrace biological farming as it will go a long way in boosting bumper harvest. The chairman of Traditional Rulers Council in Anambra Central Senatorial District and the traditional ruler of Akweze, Igwe Christopher Opala, the traditional ruler of Umweri, Igwe Ben Emeka, that of Ezinato, Igwe Timothy Ezenwaka, and the traditional ruler of Abacha, Igwe Godwin Odiegu, applauded the glorious era of farming that Governor Chukwuma Soludo is bringing back, saying that it remains the easiest way towards poverty eradication. On their parts, the traditional ruler of Okwala, Igwe Joseph Ajodo, and the traditional ruler of Owele, Igwe Raymond Omoja, both in Anambra West local government area, as well as the traditional ruler of Umuobanam, Igwe George Ekwalo, and his Oga counterpart, Igwe Chid Ezenwugo, appealed to the state government to come to their aid by making seedlings, fertilizer, and other farm inputs available as they commence farming in their areas by December every year. They also expressed concern over erosion menace and lack of access roads to enable them evacuate farm produce. Inspection of the local government areas, pavilions, and agro products at stands by the governor, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, and the chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Alfred Achebe of Onitsha, among others, formed the high points of the event.
In commemoration of World Sickle Cell Day, the Chima Empowerment Foundation, dedicated to supporting children with sickle cell disease organized an event that aimed at raising awareness and providing crucial support for those affected by the condition. The event kicked off with a roadwork sensitization, followed by an insightful panel discussion at the Professor Dora Akonyele Women Development Center in Oka, bringing together healthcare professionals, experts, and community members. Onyinye Agobeze reports.
The event had its theme, Embrace Sickle Cell Warriors, Uniting for Awareness, Engagement and Support. We are collaborative efforts by the Foundation, healthcare organizations, including the Anambra State Ministry of Health, Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, and passionate volunteers, including Federation of Catholic Medical and Dental Students, National Association of Zoology Students, among others, sought to shed light on the challenges faced by individuals with sickle cell disease and promote understanding within the community. Speaking at the occasion, Mrs. Chinwe Nnabwo, the proprietor of the foundation, said that the occasion provided a valuable platform for knowledge exchange, fostering connection and the promotion of awareness of sickle cell illness. She cautioned against getting married before adequate confirming one's genotype and blood types to prevent issues in the future. Mrs. Nnabwo also emphasized the necessity for government to pay attention to the condition by setting up sickle cell centers and supporting organizations with a similar mission in order to help those who are afflicted.
Sensitize the public on the importance of knowing their genotype, to help children living with sickle cell disease to save their lives, to help them manage their health and live longer. Sickle cell disease is a genetic factor. It's a genetic factor, and then that can be prevented only by marrying someone you are compatible with.
Also, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemechi, represented by Dr. Ada Okechi, while explaining that sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder characterized by abnormal hemoglobin, which causes red blood cells to take on a sickle-like shape and can lead to various complications, including chronic pain, organ damage, anemia, and increased susceptibility to infections, said that ASHA has introduced beneficiary packages for individuals with sickle cell disease. Dr. Onyemechi noted that in order to register for the premium package, they need to register with 12,500 naira annually, which assures easy access to healthcare delivering without financial barriers. Others who engaged in an insightful conversation highlighting the challenges faced by those with sickle cell disease and discussing effective ways to enhance awareness and support in the community included Ms. Nnemeka Okoye, a Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University medical student, and Mr. Charles Okwonga from the Nigeria Correctional Service, Anambra State Command, among others.
Now, on the national scene, federal government has been urged to prioritize accountability to prevent corruption and abuse of power. Speakers at the one-day stakeholders roundtable presentation of documented campaign promises of the president by the International Press Center, Lagos, in Abuja, also asked the citizens to utilize available tools to hold the government to account. Princess Ekwi Ajide of our Abuja Bureau has details of the report.
The project funded by the European Union will enable hundreds of journalists and other media professionals, the academia, researchers, among others, to download the Nigerian Media Code of Election coverage and have access to the content. Our media aide to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. Tunde Rama, represented by Ayo Oyalowo, said the present administration is poised to implement its campaign promises in all sectors without fear or favor. According to him, the present administration will improve on all the good policies of the previous administration.
This is a government that is prepared to govern, and this is a president who is prepared to lead. And we are seeing it, and there is no fear at all Whatever you are seeing, like I can tell you, is just a tip of the iceberg. There are greater things to come in the incoming days and weeks.
In a late presentation tagged Beyond the Rhetoric of Campaigns, the role of citizens and the media in ensuring democratic accountability, the founding executive director, African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development, Dr. Otif Ibuzo, said governance is more complex than making campaign promises.
The media occupy a central place in holding government to account, especially in a society where there is increasing inequality and discontent from people.
For the Executive Director, Institute of Media and Society, Dr. Akin Akimbulu, for effective monitoring and evaluation of the campaign promises of the present administration, citizens should make use of the International Press Center's launched app. The Executive Director of International Press Center, Mr. Lanre Arogundade, who took a critical look at some of the campaign promises of the Tinubu-led administration, said International Press Center had been supporting the media for more than a decade for the purpose of professionalism in the coverage of the democratic processes and elections.
These days we talk of solution-driven journalism, but you can't have solutions when you don't, pick promises, follow them up, and ensure that they're actually implemented, and also ask questions if there are challenges of implementation.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
On business news, the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, has restated the agency's commitment to issuing appropriate certification to qualified men of the Nigerian Navy who undergo requisite trainings at the Nigerian Naval Training Command. Jamo, who stated this when a delegation from NAVTRAC led by the flag officer commanding Rear Admiral Patrick Nwato paid a working visit to the agency in Lagos, noted the need for collaboration to enhance capacity development and professionalism in line with global best practices. He urged NAVTRAC to close identified gaps to ensure training and the curriculum of the Naval Training Command is in line with the curricula of international training institutes for maritime professionals, with particular reference to the standards of training, certification, and watch-keeping. Jamo emphasized the need for both the Nigerian Navy and NIMASA to keep collaborating, noting that it is for the good of the nation and its quest to sustain successes in the fight against piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. In his remarks, the flag officer commanding NAVTRAC assured the NIMASA of the commitment of the Nigerian Navy to developing the capacity of its personnel along professional lines, which is said will ultimately enhance productivity in the Navy. On the foreign scene, approximately 3.4 million Sierra Leoneans are expected to vote in a general election on Saturday, in which incumbent President Julius Maada Bio is seeking a second and final term amid frustrations over economic hardship. Voters will also elect members of parliament and local councillors across the West African state, which is experiencing massive unemployment, high levels of inflation, and a depreciating currency. In August 2022, there were protests in Freetown and several northern towns about soaring costs of living, resulting in more than 20 deaths as security agents fired at protesters. The poll is the fifth presidential election since the end of a 1991 to 2002 civil war in which more than 50,000 were killed, hundreds maimed, and hundreds of thousands displaced. Bio 59 is seen as the front runner in the 13-candidate presidential race. The ruling party has meanwhile complained about attacks on its supporters in the southern Pujehu district and in the opposition's northern stronghold. Some voters have also been alarmed by violent rhetoric from the main parties during the campaign. On sport news, former world heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield believes British-Nigerian Anthony Joshua is more skillful than American boxer Deontay Wilder. Holyfield was a superstar boxer in the 1990s, becoming the only pugilist to win the undisputed championships at both cruiserweight and heavyweight during three-belt era. Ahead of a proposed December tournament in Saudi Arabia featuring Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury and Joshua versus Wilder, the 60-year-old thinks that both former champions are evenly matched, but considers Joshua more skillful for the interesting tie. Holyfield also lent his advice to Usyk, who achieved the same two-division feat but has missed out on a legacy-defining fight with Fury, adding that there is still hope that the champion pair can come to terms before the end of the year to unify the belts. And with that sports story, we come to the end of the news. But remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Log on to our Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again, Anambra State government has restated resolve to end exploitation of girl child. Traditional rulers have commended Soludo for repositioning agricultural sector. Stakeholders have urged President Tinubu to fulfill campaign promises. And we brought you a report that President Bio is seeking re-election in Sierra Leone's general election on Saturday. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for this morning. We thank you so much for your time. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Good morning and God bless you.